Ubisoft embeds pop-up ads in old games.
Oh, wow.
Now, I've known about this because I play old Ubisoft games from time to time, but it's usually just on you load the game, there's like the play options, settings, whatever. It's usually just in the corner on that screen. Very similar, if you remember when we were talking about the Starfield UI back in the day, and I was like, that logo in the corner, that's going to end up being an ad spot. The reason why I called that out is because Ubisoft has been doing that for years. So has a bunch of other games, to be completely honest. Ubisoft is not alone in doing that at all. But what's different this time around is that it wasn't just on that first screen.
Oh, no.
There was multiple reports that Ubisoft was placing ads for their Black Friday sale.
In gameplay?
When people would open the map and stuff, it would pop up then. Really brutal. Ubisoft claimed that the ads were meant to appear on the main screen and that they appeared during gameplay due to a technical error.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Look, I mean, we've had our own instances of gross incompetence leading to things that could have been perceived as negligent, or okay, they were negligent, leading to things that could have been perceived as malicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that's impossible. I'm also not going to say it's impossible that this was a little a thing.
Yeah, my hot take on this is that I think it might actually be, because I think those old games don't exactly get a lot of love.
Right. So the odds of
that
them getting actual development versus the odds of them getting neglected.
Yeah. So somebody on high is just like, hey, we need this ad. And somebody's like, sure.
Put it in everything.
Yeah, just
and someone hooked it into the wrong.
Probably didn't test it enough. Okay. Didn't do something or other. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. The discussion question is what kind of technical error would specifically open a pop-up ad when a player opens their map? And it's yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird bugs.
You'd be amazed.
Yeah. I don't blame people for reacting that way. I don't blame people for thinking that, but things get a little weird.
I saw a really interesting interview with one of the developers of Left 4 Dead, who is working on his own game right now. Apparently, he's no longer with Valve, but he talked about how the gameplay experience might have been good in Left 4 Dead 1, but see, I never understood why Left 4 Dead 2 was just Left 4 Dead 1, but with more maps. And apparently, the reason is that under the hood, Left 4 Dead 1 was a piece of shit. He talked about how they would have to load the map 2 to 3 times to get it to work. That was the workaround. And so one of the big driving forces for Left 4 Dead 2 was that Left 4 Dead 1 was unmoddable. The second that anyone tried to mod it, it would just be Crash City.
Yeah.
And so these are the kinds of things that I think, as just a gamer who didn't work on the game, you might look at and go, oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 cash grab, or whatever else it is. But in reality, it was just kind of there were factors. There were factors that you didn't fully understand.
Yeah. And there's some people saying any form of ad in a video game that I paid for is wrong. And it's you know what? That's fair enough, but that's not this current topic, because they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. That ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
By that logic, any form of ad in a movie you paid for is unacceptable.
And there do be a lot of those.
By that logic, any form of ad in a podcast that you paid for would be unacceptable. The good news is you didn't pay for this podcast, and it's brought to you by The Ridge.